and we should be live. First and foremost, I want to say good evening to each and everyone on the East Coast of the United States. It's exactly 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 31st of March. And for those that are throughout the country and those that are not within inside the United States, we want to say welcome to the training. I am so excited and so happy to bring you guys this information on binary options. My apologies to those who were waiting to see this on yesterday evening, but there was an emergency that came up and we weren't able to do it, but we are here today. We hope that you get some value out of this particular training session here. It's going to be extremely basic, but it has to be that way so that you guys will get a great understanding of what is going on, or what will be going on. For this is a lot different. Binary option trading, if you will, is a lot different than your traditional Forex trading. And so what we did was we put together two PowerPoint sheets to kind of give you a little background in that. We actually have a couple of videos that already did that, but at the request of some new people, they asked that we would do it again. So we pretty much are doing it again. So let's get right into it. Now, for those of you who are familiar with traditional Forex, you know that the vast majority of that is dealing with pips and counting pips and lot sizes, or how much you plan on betting or putting in a trade in order, hopefully to win those trades. And let me stop right there and say this disclosure really quick. We all know that past profits that may have been earned doesn't guarantee future results. We know that trading is a risk, and it can be high risk. So we request, we share that you do not use money that you cannot afford to possibly lose. That you may lose. Do not use your money for your utilities, for your mortgage, for your rent, any of those things that are important. Use money that you have set aside that you could, possibly lose, and not put yourself in any trouble. But what we're going to do is show you, hopefully, that you can be more successful and have more successful wins. All right. Now, traditional Forex, like I said, the vast majority of it is, catching pips, as we say, and lot sizes. Pips, or the number of pips, are the amount of moves that go in your direction. All right. Lot sizes in traditional Forex is how much you bet per trade. So your pips is how many moves that you get based on that bet of that lot size. But in binary, I'm happy to say there's no pip involvement, which is very exciting to me, and there's no lot sizes. Those two things alone turned the light bulb on in my head and made me say, hey, let me see what this entails. Then when I found out, besides those two things, that there's no long-term time periods that you have to wait when you get into traditional Forex in many cases to get to where you want to be, I was like, let me get into this and let's see what it's all about. So these are the main three things that really attracted me to go into binary option trading, and literally kind of just, close the lid on traditional Forex trading for the moment. Now, here's some key benefits of binary option trading. Your trade time can be as little as 30 seconds, okay? That's extremely powerful. I know some strategies in traditional Forex that you can earn, some good income, but the strategies can take days, weeks, months, in many cases. But here, you can earn some substantial, you have the opportunity, I should say, to earn some substantial profits in as little as 30 seconds and even 15 seconds. All right, to truth be told, but you have to learn how to do that. Okay, trade amounts are known from the moment the trade is placed, win or lose. So what am I saying? As soon as you decide that you're going to get into a particular trade, whatever the amount that you're going to trade, whether it's $1 or more, it is deducted from your demo account or your live account as soon as you place the trade and it's put on hold. If you win, you get that back plus whatever the percentage is for that particular trade. If you lose, you only lose that you bet at that time or that you placed in that trade. Okay, so going, if you're going to place a trade and it's $1, $2, $10, $20, $100, when you click to get into that trade, that is already removed. All right, that's very, very cool. Now, all indicators and market analysis is still effective in option trading, but a lot of times when you're doing 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, you don't necessarily have to use a lot of the analysis because the time that you're in the trade is so small. So these are the couple of things that really got me excited about this. And let me tell you guys, for those of you that saw my initial trading in the demo accounts and stuff, I started back, I think about the 3rd or the 5th of March, and it's been great. It's been truly, truly great. You can see in other videos, plus pictures and stuff that I put on different social media sites and everything. It's been very, very good. So that's kind of what got me in, what got me excited. And I'm sure if you are a traditional Forex trader, that's kind of, gotten you excited. And if not, and you're just learning, stick around, you're going to get even more excited. All right. So let's go over to the demo. This is my demo account. All right. This is the platform that we use. It's called Pocket Option. All right. I left the link. The link is in the demo link for you to get is in the description. Okay. Definitely you can get that. And I'm also going to post it because I'm going to post this on YouTube or whatever. So it's going to be there as well. But you on here tonight, you can go ahead, click on that link, create your demo account, and be ready to roll with this. So let's go in and let's talk about this particular platform. As you see, obviously, these are the candles. Now, here are your different style of candles. I use the Hakinashi candles for several reasons, and we're going to go over that, but you can use those candles. You can use what they call the regular candles, bar, the line graphs, and the area graphs. The Hakinashi candles, and I'll explain it, it helps me out a tremendous. Number one, it was what I learned with traditional Forex, and then I actually have a book, the Candlestick Bible, that a lot of people have, that really talks about these candles here. Okay, and that's why I use them so much. Also, here's the time frame. You can trade, like I said, for as little as 15 seconds, even 5 seconds. I do between 15, 30, a minute, on up to 5 minutes. All right. You can set these once you set them, let's just set this one now so you can see. I set it at 1 minute. I come out right here over the candles. You see the 1M. That's the 1 minute. All right. Now here, let's go here. This is where you go, where you can do through your real account. You can trade through your demo account. And then they have digital trading, real and demo. And then if you have the MT5, they have that real account or demo. That's what that is. Okay. Here's your finances. This is the way that you actually add money, or what they call topping up, adding money to your account. in order to begin trading when you are ready. Okay, your profile is pretty much that. It's a profile where you put all your private information, name, phone number, emails, all of those different things that you need. The marketing is they have products that you can purchase should you want to. I have not done it, but they have things that you can purchase and put in a cart, to help you trade should you need that. All right. And then what I really kind of like about this is they have achievements, your history, all of these different things, but the achievements kind of add a fun part to this because it kind of has you looking like you're playing a video game. It's kind of set up like it's a video game where you get rewards and all of those different things. As you can see, you get discounts and different accomplishments and things, which is really cool. You get these notifications as you grow within the platform. Okay. Then you have chats where you can actually chat with other people. Okay. Then you have your help and your log out. All right. So that's what this side all entails, and kind of goes up here as well. You have mail, chats, and things like that as well. Now, let's go back to the account. All right. Now, when you're back at your demo account, on this side, over here is some things that are pretty cool. You can go through. It actually, this here is just another way that you can actually look at the currency pairs that you're going to be using. You can access them there, and I'll show you where else you access them. This is another chat deal, your achievements, kind of like the same thing that's over here, just in another form. These are hotkeys for those who like to use hotkeys to maneuver throughout the system. That's all well and fine. Again, here's your flag letting you know what country you're from. Hit the top up. You can add more money via Bitcoin or other crypto. You can add there. You start out pretty much as a beginner. Well, actually, when you start out, until you put money in your account, you then you become a beginner, even in your demo or live account. Okay. Now, let's get to the good part. Let's click here. We're going to talk about the currency pairs. You click on your currency pairs right here, and as you can see, they're the same currency pairs that you would be using in traditional Forex. You also can star them to become your favorites. Okay. Here's two key things I should say really quick. Number one, I never trade anything that says OTC. These are like over the counter. These are what the particular broker puts together that kind of runs the same, but they're a little more risky. The cool part about it is if you just have to trade on the weekend, all you will see is your pairs with OTC behind them. You're taking a chance, in my opinion. I've tried them. I've won some. I've lost some. But to me, they're just a little risky. And if you're trading throughout the week and you're accomplishing your goals, take the weekend off, relax, have some fun with your family, do some other things, and then come back refreshed the next week. But other than that, here's all your currency pairs. Now, as far as your currency pairs, it is customary for everybody that I know, and including myself, not to trade anything that's below 70%. For the simple fact is, once you go below 70%, the risk to reward is not that great. Okay, and I mean, that's just it in a nutshell. Now, what you see is 70%, 60%, all the way down to 10% right now, can go up or down, right as you're trading. So you just want to be cognizant of these particular percentages, and I'll show you exactly why when we get to setting up for a trade. But these are all of your currencies. You can do cryptocurrencies as well, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few others. You can do commodities. You can actually do stock as well. As you can see, like these are a lot of OTC. I don't do them right now. I might go, but it's not where I am right now. I'm like 100% currency right now and loving it. Okay, so you can go in here and pick whatever. Like right now, it's sitting at GBP, JPY, but you can change them. Now, when you click on your favorites, let me go back really quick. When you click on uh, like your favorites, they will come up here. And then once you're out, you can just click through. As you see, these are 50%, 50%. So I would actually come off of these right now and go and get some more that's above or 70 or above. And I would actually trade with them. All right. Now, the next thing I want to show you, I showed you the candles, showed you how to get to the currencies. Here are your indicators. A lot of these indicators will look familiar to you because they are a lot of the same indicators that you will use or that you use in traditional Forex. As you can see too, you can click these as favorites, okay? And one thing I really love, this is the demo account. Unlike in traditional Forex, if you're using TradingView or something like that, they only allow you with the free setup to only add, I believe, 3 indicators. As you can see in my demo here, I have 6 and I've had even more. I just jump back and forth. But to my knowledge right now, I can use all of them. I haven't had nowhere where they said I've reached the limit. So that's really, really cool. And it allows me to play around. And you can see, like I said, I have 6 already highlighted. Now, next is your lines and your graphs. If you want to draw horizontal lines and vertical lines, your trend lines and all of those things, your Fibonacci retracements, all of those cool things are right here as well. You still have access to that for those that are experienced using them. Okay, and then again, you have where you can communicate. If you notice, it's the same icons and things, you can use those. So I would suggest go in, and if you are familiar with Forex and you've used, for example, the indicators, go in and set them, put them on your charts so you can see what they look like. As you can see, I have 3 moving averages here already set. I have the fractals, I have the Bollinger Bands, I have the Keltner Channel. I also go back and forth and put in my RSI, my Stochastic Oscillator. I also use the zigzag, and many of these guys that I use, I've been extremely successful with. So that's all of those things. Now, let's talk about here and where the money is, okay? Here at the top is your clock, your time clock. Right now it's set where you could say it's guaranteed a 30-second run, okay? So if I was to click on this right now, regardless, I'm in demo, it will pop up right here where you see it says 1 minute, which is equal to where my candles are. So these are 1 minute candles. And you see the countdown runs down every 30 seconds. So if I'm in a trade and I'm feeling good about that trade and I think that it's going to be in my favor within 30 seconds, I set the clock like this to 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds runs out, it will restart, as you'll see. Well, it restarts as a minute, but your 30 seconds is out, you'll win or lose the trade. Now, if you set this over here at 1 minute, well, let me do it this way. I'm sorry. If you set it at 30 seconds, there's your 30-second clock. It runs parallel with the 30 seconds that are here right now, if I was to click this. Once you click it, if this is already like midway through and you click 30 here, it'll, it could be a advantage or disadvantage because of the way the movement of the candle. So what I suggest you do is before whatever trade you're getting in, if you're going to be locked in on 30 seconds, you must wait until the candle is complete and go with the next candle. That way you are guaranteed that 30 seconds, okay? Now, if you're going to take a trade and you need more time, let's say you're going to do a trade that's a 3-minute trade, 5-minute trade, or what have you. You click on this button here, the clock, and it opens up. And here you see 3 minute and the countdown. You can adjust it to 2 minutes or 1 minute, or you can go 2, 3, 5, and on up. Okay, depending on what time frame, what you're looking at, what you're reading, if you're using indicators, what it is that you're doing that's going to, actually work for you with a particular time frame. The max I've ever done is 5 minutes. And most of the time it's because when you're analyzing your candles and you're using other indicators, you will get a look that within the 5 minutes or so that a candle may go in another direction. And we're going to talk about the indicators when I put the indicators on so that you can see that. But this is where you control the time frame of what you want to trade in, all right? Here is your trade amount. Your trade amount can be as little as $1, and the max, I believe, is $1,000 per trade, okay? You can either use the plus or negative signs, or you can click, bring up the calculator, and you can do it that way. And whatever it is, this is what's you're going to trade when you click either of these buttons. Now, notice it says 70%. 70% of $1 is 7 cents. So whatever your trade amount is, it shows you below what your winnings will be, your percentage earned outside of the dollar, in this example, based on what the percent is here. So for example, this one says 70%. Let's see if we can find one. Let's just, for example, we go up here. This is 80%. When you come back for that $1, it go 80%, you're going to have 8 cents. Okay? So as you move the dollar, well, let's go back because I don't want you to focus on those, but let's go back to 70%. You go to 70%. Now, if you start upgrading what your bet is or what you want to trade, as you can see, the difference of the percentage shows here. So if you win this trade, depending on which way you go, you're going to earn your $9 back plus 70% of that $9. All right. So you can set it to where you're comfortable in your trades. And when you click either of these buttons, you're off. Now, let's get to the buttons. In traditional Forex, this is a buy. This is a sell. When it's green, the candle's going up, it's a buy. When it's red, candle's coming down, it's a sell. However, in option or binary options, the names change. Still the same thing, but the names change. When you're doing a buy in binary options, it is actually called a call, C-A-L-L. You're placing a call. When you're doing a sell, you're placing a put, P-U-T. So these are call and puts in binary options, and in traditional Forex, you just a buy and a sell. Okay? So you must remember that. Now, let's get to the fun part. I don't want to be really long tonight. Some of our more in-depth trainings that's going to be coming up shortly. You're going to have that opportunity to, really dig in. So let's put on a couple of indicators just so that you can see what they look like. Now, for those of us that do not, if this is new to you, the first 3 indicators that I want to put on are your moving averages, and I have them set a certain way. This is what your moving averages look like, and what it does is it follows the move of the candles, okay? The purpose of it, this blue one here, is the equivalent of what you call the 50. It's like the 50-yard line in football, in American football, okay? What you watching for, the red line, again, is your put line. The yellow line, and I just didn't change it green yet, but the yellow line is your call line. What you want to pay attention to is when these lines cross should help dictate to you when you want to do a buy or a call, or when you want to do a sell or a put. The 50 lets you know the way that the market is flowing at that time. As you can see, the market went up. It went up, and then as the market started coming down, it's curving and it's coming down. Also, you notice that the yellow line has crossed as it went up. It crossed the red line, so the call line crossed the put line, bounced off, and shot up. So all of this would be the equivalent of you placing calls. Okay, then you it kind of leveled out here. As you know, we don't trade horizontal moves, okay, because they're very, very tricky. And then we see where it started coming back down. So you could place all your puts here. This is on this particular chart, and you go for the gusto. And you can place as many trades once you get really experienced with what you're doing. You can place as many trades as you want. The cool part is when both lines cross. For example, this put has crossed the yellow line and the 50. That means it's continually going down. So in this case, I would be looking for puts or sells for the most part. You want to follow the trend. Even in traditional forex, you follow the trend. So you want to follow the trend here too. This is just one indicator itself. So let me take that off. Okay, let me take those off. Now, this is your fractals. What are fractals? Fractals are very, very important in my opinion, because what fractals do is they give you an awareness that when they pop up, the movement of the market is getting ready to change at some point within a few candles or more. And as you can see, it came here, the candles went green. Right here after the second candle, you got a green one. Not long afterwards, it moved, and it's back and forth. You get another one, and it moved. Okay, until you got down the bottom of here, then you get another one, and the candles switch. So what the fractals do is they just give you a visual and let you know subconsciously that something in the direction of the market is getting ready to change, which will help you with other indicators on whether or not you want to make a call or put. Okay, that's all the fractals are. And I just call them spearheads. Just for me, I call them spearheads. When I see the red spearhead pop up, I know that within a few candles or so, that things are going to start going into a call. When I see the green spearhead coming up, I know soon, even with the green, you can see the pulling, the fighting down here on the candles that it's getting ready to flip. That's all the fractals do, but it's very, very important. Okay? Now, the next one is the Bollinger Bands. Okay? Bollinger Bands is really good because it lets you go, it gives you the equivalent to what the 50 is, but it also let you know the way the market is moving. And with the Bollinger Bands, the way that I use them is that when the candles get close to the lines, you know that sooner or later it's going to break the opposite way. As you saw here, in this case, it came down to the 50, it shifted, went back up, came up to the lines, back and forth, and then it took that run all the way up. It stayed right along the line, okay? Now, as you can see, it did the lateral move, or the horizontal move, and then dropped again to where we are now. So this kind of helps you when you're looking at pullbacks and everything. It helps out a lot. But let me just show you something. If I add the fractals back to this, look at this. If you added these two together, it helps you. Look at down here. The candle tip is at the Bollinger Band. You get the fractal, and boom, it shot up. This is what I mean when I talk about how they help you make decisions with other indicators, okay? Very cool stuff. All right, now also we have what is called the Keltner Channel. Now, the Keltner Channel is reminiscent of the Bollinger Bands, but as you can see, it's a whole different deal. With this particular indicator, what I do is I, for the most part, do not trade anything within the band. I wait for it to come out the band. As you can see, it come out, it went up. When it went back in, I left it alone. As it comes out, there's some run, then it comes up, it hits, there's your retracement, and it starts coming back down. It goes in, leave it alone. When it comes back out, now, again, if I put the fractals on, it gives you that same indication. Okay? Now, once you get more experience with the different indicators, then you can go in, when you understand, you can go in and get in buys that's going against the trend, and win. Once you understand. But for now, I strongly suggest that you go with the trend and you follow my lead with how you use each individual one. All right. And I'm going to actually do videos where I'm just going to do these, individually, and then I'm going to do them with other indicators so that you can do more than one confirmation. Okay. That's how we're going to do that. Now, let's do a couple of more indicators that I love. I'm going to put in the stochastic, okay? And I'm going to put on the RSI, okay? And I'm going to explain those. Now, I can use the MACD. As you see, I have it as a favorite, but I'm going to do these right now. Now, the Stochastic Oscillator. We don't change the numbers here. As we do different indicators, you see different numbers. When we start using them, I'm going to show you how to set them up. But we don't change this. What this comes in is what it is. Now, the oscillator, Stochastic Oscillator, goes, as you can see, with the movement of the candle. Okay? Now, the orange is the equivalent of the red. Okay, and the blue is the equivalent of the green. So the blue would be the buy or the call. The orange would be the sell or the put. All right, and again, what we do is, as you can see here, you're waiting for the cross. But not only are you waiting for the cross, you see this line here, that's the 20, and you see this line here, that's the 80. You don't really want to make a move. The best time to make a move is when these particular two lines are outside of the 20 or outside of the 80, as you can see up here and here. Why? Because that lets you know that they're overbought, oversold, and that eventually they're going to go back the other way. Okay, as you can see here, it played right along with this. This is almost what we consider a lateral move. I'm sorry, a horizontal move, the same way this is. That's why it's just kind of flat like that. But then it took off and it went up. Okay, then the cross as it came back down. And right now, you can see it's dropping right along with the candle. Okay, this is all that this is used for, but it's a very, very, very good indicator. Okay, now, what I also recommend, which you have your demo account, if you go back and watch this video, just go back and, highlight the same indicators that I have highlighted. And that way, when we go in to do things, you'll already be set. Now, the other one is, let me move this out the way a little bit. Put it up here just for a minute. Is your RSI. Your RSI is similar to the oscillator, but the stochastic oscillator, it too lets you know, let's hide this. It lets you know when it's overbought by dropping beneath the 30. And when it's oversold by dropping below the 30, when it's overbought by being above the 70. As you can see back here, same process. So what happens? When it's that way, you know that it's going to come down. When it's down, you know that eventually it's going to come up. Okay? Two different indicators, but they run the same way, but they give you two different versions of what to look for. Two very, very powerful indicators. Now, that's the indicators that I use. I blend them. I use them, separately, just depending on what I'm doing on that particular day. Here's the time frame. Here's the amount. Here's which direction you want to actually trade with. And that's pretty much this whole entire platform. Okay. Now, let me talk about the last thing, and I want to zoom in, and that's the candles. These candles, the Heikin-Ashi candles, are fantastic. I love these candles. And here's why. When the candles, as you can tell, one of the things is that this particular trend is down, is a downward trend. How do you know? In the trend, most of the candles are always the color of the direction of the trend. So as you can see over here, when the trend line was going up, they're predominantly green. When the trend line is coming down, they're predominantly red. And they only switch in what we would actually call a retracement. So when those retracements happen, you let them go. And then when they start to go back the other way, that's when you get back into your trades. All right. But here's what makes the Heikin-Ashi candles the best thing, in my opinion. See these flat tops in the red? And let me move over here. See these flat bottoms? These represent that the candles are very, very strong in the direction that they are going. So, for example, right here at the very end with the current trade, this is a strong downward candle. Remember, I said here's the retracement, and now the candles are going down. These flat tops, which are the reds, the flat bottoms, which are greens, are another indicator to you that it's good to get into a trade. These candles are strong. Okay, when you have candles that are like this, where you have wicks on either end, wicks that are somewhat forming and then not, then they form. These candles are where both the buyers and the sellers is indecisive. They're battling, if you will, for control of that particular pair in the market. So like you see, you had the battle here, then you had this one strong candle. If you would have got in up here, depending on whether you were in for 15 seconds or whatever, you more likely would have won this trade. Then it got small, and you see there's a wick. Let me move that out. You see that there's a wick on either end, and it changed. It went. I wouldn't have got into this or this one. But then you see here is another strong candle. So I would have gotten into a put. Now, again, this is on 30 seconds. Okay. Now, if I saw a trade happening that looked like it would have taken a longer time, let's say we were here and we knew that this was a pullback, and then we seen this. I could have set my trade for, say, 3 minutes, contemplating that what actually happened was that these next 3 candles were going to go strong to the put or strong to the sell. Each candle represents a minute. Okay. I'm sorry. Each candle represents 30 seconds in this case. So this is how this would have went, and I would have won this trade. Seeing another strong candle forming, I could have jumped right in and did another. All right. This went down. You see where it stopped. We could have won this trade. From up here, if you'd have got in, you see where it ended. We could have won this trade. Could have possibly won this one as well, or took a break. When I seen this, knowing that back here, these were retracements. You know that this was going to be a retracement. Why? Because you're in a downtrend pattern. Okay? So you knew this was going to be a retracement, but things are also leveled off. You can see here they're kind of level. You can see on the RSI, they're really level. So right now for this particular pair, it's not the best time to get in. All right. Now, when you use these two indicators along with things like any of the other indicators up here, where I was telling you could get in, based on with the Keltner, you could trade on the outside going up or what have you. But again, we're horizontal right now, so I wouldn't be getting in. It's another thing, eyesight for you to see. The Bollinger Bands, you see that inside the Bollinger Bands where it is, you wouldn't want to do a trade, okay? I'm just going through really quick to show you what you wouldn't want to do. The fractal, you see back here, this one came in, but everything is still horizontal except this new one that just popped up. So right here, I still wouldn't have did anything. Because this candle just popped, it's a strong candle, and you can see it, everything is moving to the upright. The green and the RSI is moved up. The blue line, which represents the green, has crossed and moved up. If you would have clicked in, as you can see, it's still growing. This could be a good candle for a 30-second trade. Now, because it's strong like that, you could have done a 30-second, a minute. You see it's still strong. And you have to learn, as time go on, when you want to take a 30-second trade, when you want to take a couple minutes, based on things like this, and when you think the move is going to actually move to your favor. All right. And then let's take off the fractal and let's put on the 3 EMAs. Now, as you can see, here's the 50. Everything has been working below the 50. So this is another representation of a downtrend. But first thing you notice is that everything is moving up. The green candles are coming up right along with the line that represents the green candles. It looked like, in a matter of time they could cross, which would, keep you in a buy format. Or you have to be careful because the candles could come right to this line and bounce back down. Okay, so you have to watch those things. But if it crosses and they go up above the 50, okay, then once it's crossed the 50, you guarantee that you're pretty much in a buyer's or a call market. Okay, but again, notice what I said. This is a downtrend. Here's your pullback greens, pullback green, pullback green, and look, it turned right around and started back down. Okay, guys, it's so much easier, in my opinion, to win some trades once you really understand. This is why I say play in your demo account, play in your demo account, play in your demo account before you go live. All right, play in your demo account. Right now, this is on 30 seconds. We got 2 strong candles here. This is almost over. Now, I'm just going to show you the possibility because this is a downtrend. It could go either way, but I'm just going to click. I'll wait till this candle ends. You notice there's some push up, but I'm just going to wait for this candle to end to see what the next candle looks like, and then I will determine whether or not I want to get in. All right, it's a strong candle. I click to get in. See, it shows that it's been placed here. Over here, it shows that I'm in. It shows that I did $70. Okay, it's a 70% trade. Right here, when it crosses back down, it may lose. When it crosses back down, the line which your whole winnings would be right here, but it probably won't because it started back up here with another candle. So that would have been a loss. All right. So here it shows no profit. It's good that you see that it shows no profit. So this candle here is small. All right. So what I would do is wait to see this out because there's some movement. See, this is coming back down. This is starting to look like it's going to turn around. So I would just wait it out and see. You see that there is there was actually a small wick on both ends, but then here's the candle that we could have got in. Now, if I would have been in a 3-minute trade or so back here, this would be definitely in our favor. This is why I say once you really study the indicators, you'll know when to get into a 30-second, a minute, 3-minute, or 5-minute trade. Okay, check it out. Now it's back down, and it's still going down. So right now, this would be a good time to be in trades that's more than a minute to make sure that you're staying in that position. Now, this could turn afterwards. It could turn and go up. Why do I say that? It could turn and go up because right here, the indicator in the oscillator here, the stochastic oscillator was up, but now it's bending down again. It's crossed over, so it's still going down, as you can see here. So this would be an awesome trade to really get in. Keep in mind, you're on a downtrend anyway, so you would only be looking to place trades on your candles that are going down. To be quite honest, I wouldn't try to get into a trade going up almost until it got up here where it will cross over. That's when it's almost guaranteed. But like I said, you can get into trades going up. I would just be very, very cautious because the trend is down, and we know that the trend is our friend. All right, so that's kind of what this entire deal is. This whole binary trading is. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go ahead and get your trading account demoed up. All right. So that when we have, I think I'm going to do another training on this coming Friday. So you guys should already have your accounts demoed and ready. And what I'm going to do is focus on one particular strategy. I think for each training, I'm going to focus on one particular strategy. And with the one particular strategy, that way you can see what to expect with the different indicators and how they work together. See here, the RSI has begun to bend to come up. The blue is coming up. As you can see, the candles are going back up. They're still red, but let's see, they're still red, but they're shorter now than these candles. They're shorter because they're being indecisive. But keep in mind, this is the thing, because this downtrend, guys, is such a good downtrend. These candles, I would probably do maybe a 3 or 5 minute trade, because you can do a 30-second trade in here. You could do a 15-second trade, but see how you're getting the wick? That's the sellers trying to push back up. And so you could do one, and because it's such a short time period, it could cancel you out like the other one did, and you would miss out. However, if you would do a 3-minute trade or a 5-minute trade, even though they're pushing up, it's down beyond where you got in, so you're still looking at winning that trade, if you follow what I'm saying. So that's kind of it for the night, guys. I just really, no, it's not. I have a couple of more things to show you. Once we get going really good with this, guys, and you guys are ready to go live and all, here's what I recommend you do. You get this link, and I'll give you guys this link and move it out of the way here. You get this link. It's a compounding daily calculator, okay? And let's say you start with $100, all right? Let's say you're only going to make one trade a day, okay, for 11 days. That's how long you're going to do. Let's say you're going to do an investment of 100. So whatever you make, you're not going to take it out of your account. You're going to reinvest it, all right? And you're not going to do weekends. We're not going to do weekends because we're not going to do the OTCs. Okay. Now we calculate that, guys, and it's going to seem small, but we calculate that. Well, we calculate it, and here's what you would earn every day based on that. This is the amount that you would have. So you would go from $100 to $111.55 in 11 days. Each day, this is what your goal would be. So once you would get this amount in trading, you would stop for the day. You would stop for the day. You would stop for the day. Seems like it's not much, seems simple, but it's also, it will definitely help you, to be very, very mature about your trading. All right. But let's go back up, and let's say you wanted to do this way for 90 days. Okay. We're not going to take anything out. We're just going to let it ride. We're going to treat it like a 401k or something like that. Okay. Go back down and look at it. 90 days. Okay, your account went from $100 to $244. Okay, here's what your goals would be every day. Once you hit that goal, all right, you close up shop for that day. Now, let's leave it the same way. All right, let's leave it the same way. And let's say, for example, you started with $100. Let's say your goal was that you wanted to be successful with 3 trades a day. Okay, 3 trades a day. You calculate that. 90 days, 100% invested. We're not taking anything out. Okay, check it out. This is the equivalent to what you would earn. Let's just go down to the 90. Look at this, guys. $1,400. All right, $1,400 plus in 90 days. Now this is just small. Some of this, guys, remember, you can get in and you can set your trade amount for what you want it to be. So you can actually trade some of these, and get it in one trade based on how much you trade on that particular trade. Okay, whether it's $1 or what have you. Let's say you started with, let's just say $150. Okay, so you just started with $150. I'm just playing with numbers right now, guys. Just playing with numbers. Go back to the 1 trade a day, 90 days, not taking anything out. We calculate. All right. $367, guys. Okay. $367. Now, let's say you move it up. Let's say you want to do 10 trades. All right. Here's your goal. Here's your goal. Here's your goal. All right. Well, your rate. Here's your goal. Look at this, guys. I go all the way down here. It's just unbelievable. 6 figures. Okay, 6 figures. This is geometric progression. This is what they didn't teach us in school. Remember, you didn't take anything out. You're not taking anything out. So on April 1st, let's say tomorrow, your goal was to earn $15. You earn $15, you were going to walk away. All right? Then you come back April 2nd. You earn $16.50. You close up shop. You come back April 3rd. You earn $18.15. You close up shop. And it goes on and on and on. The cool thing about this is when you set it up, no matter what day you start, when you say 90 days, it starts you on that following day. All right. So even if you did a demo account, you set it up like this. This is your goal, guys. This is a great resource to keep you focused, keep you on track. with what it is that you're doing as far as trading. Now, the other thing that I want to show you really, really quick is I use this. This is the Forex Factory. This is like a news chart. Every morning, I come here and I look at what's going on with the currencies. And the easiest way to recognize this, as you can see, this is March 31st, starting at 12:59 a.m. The first thing, it tells you what's going on, if there's anything that you should be concerned with. The easiest way to understand this is any folders that are yellow, feel comfortable in trading with those particular currencies, all right? Anyone that is red, like in this case, either don't trade or be extremely cautious, all right? Prime example, at 4:20 p.m., President Biden speaks, all right? Now, based on what he might have said, what it was a talk about, could actually send the market in different directions. This is why they say don't, when they're red, don't trade that particular time, or if you do, be extremely, extremely cautious, because the markets react, and when the markets react, it can be to your advantage, and it definitely can be to your disadvantage. So I use this as well. You can go there and check this out. As we go into other trainings, we'll go in and we'll pop open some of these so that you can actually get into details with what's going on, and read. And this, trust and believe me, this helps determine the markets. Now, with binary options, again, as you saw, the trading is fast. Your money can come fast and all that other good stuff, but it also can go the other way. Now, look, we took a turn here. There was your retracement, and then it went a couple, and now it's going up. But keep in mind what I said. It's getting ready to come. I don't know if I'm going to still be on here, but it's getting ready to hit up here. It could actually hit and come back down, or it can go up to the 50 and come back down. Notice, again, that the oscillator, stochastic, is above 80, even though the RSI is not above 70. And what happened? Look at the wicks. There's movement between the buyers and the sellers. The cross could happen where it could come back down. Now, if this is starting to be a long-term call, then this now becomes the retracement. It'll come down a candle or two, and then it could shoot up. It's all in how you watch. As you can see, the crosses happen here. The change in direction has happened on the RSI as well. This is a good candle. Would have been a good candle to get in. I probably wouldn't have did a 30-second. I probably would have did a minute or two, because it's still right in this area. But as you can see, it's coming down. And if I'd have did a minute trade, I would have won. But we're going to get into that, guys. I don't want to hold you too much longer. We've been on for about an hour. Go back and watch the video again. This video was mainly to explain the platform, where the indicators was, how to change the candles, where to get the candles, how to get your seconds per candle, a minute per candle, how to change, how to increase or decrease the amount, where the additional percentage will come from, why you would only trade for 70% or above. All of those things. On my next training, we're going to just go ahead on and jump in with a particular strategy and show you how that strategy works. Guys, get the demo account. You need the demo account, because when you get the demo account, as we're doing this in the demo account, you can learn, you can see it firsthand. Then when we're done, you can actually do demos at your leisure, and play around and get good at it, so that when you go live, you can, be that much more successful. I hope that this video was worth it to someone, help somebody. I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, please like it, please share it, leave your comments, whatever you need to do for me. Let me, if you got questions, definitely leave me some questions so I can get them answered for you guys. Hope you guys have a great evening. If it's wherever you are, if it's evening, morning, afternoon, be safe. And we look forward to chatting with you on the next video. You guys take care. Have a fantastic evening. Bye-bye.